Okay, so we're streaming. What up, guys? Hey, not home at the moment, he says. Switch account. Oh no. Return to studio. All right. We don't need anything else. I don't need a control panel. I don't need it. Yeah, I don't need this garbage. Close. Swaggers. Where are you at? There you are. Do we get it? Come on. Yeah. Nice. 4:51. Swaggers came out. 4:51 p.m. Live stream begins. Boom. All right. So we went live on Instagram, live on YouTube now. I'm going to pause for some nice tea. Now, this time I made it. It's sweet tea. No alcohol. Ever. Sobriety is such a big thing. Such a big thing, guys. Gumroad. Yeah. We're going to do multiple things at once here. All right. So let's do this. I want you to take out the part of Glenn Bennett's podcast. I'm not really promoting and doing that anymore, Val. So I need to get rid of that in my bio. There we go. All right, shift, control. There we go. Boom. Done. I think I got it. Font. What kind of fonts do they got? It's important. Your font is huge, guys. All right, there we go. Background color, we want black. Highlight color, like gray. Dark gray, like Batman. All right. Perfect. Update. Payments. To ensure prompt payouts, please check off each item. Okay. I have valid ID. I have proof of residence, and if I'm signing up as a business, it is registered in the country above. Boom. Where are you located? I am a creator. Since August 19th, 2025. Yeah, I tried to... Bank account, did I link it yet? All right, we're gonna update settings. There we go. We're signing up for Gumroad. Yeah, we're gonna give you some samples. There's an application ping. Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff on Gumroad. We're going to talk about something. All right, hang on. Okay. All right. Checking. All right. Yep. I know you love it. Let's go. If you're watching, love, like, subscribe. Come over to my house. I don't care. Let's go. Let's make the South Side loud and obnoxious and bring light into this world. Let's go. Let's like bring Jesus up in here and like be like, yo, this guy died for us, right? Your worst day will never be as bad as his worst day. So let's have a good day today. Let's bring that light in here. Yeah, F the darkness. Saw some guy walking and he was out on the street this morning talking about guns and this and that and all that. Bullshit. That's bullshit. Let me tell you why. Violence never gets anything in this world. Nothing. Because you're going to end up spending it anyways. And then it'll all be gone. You'll have to do it again. You have to keep doing it and doing it and doing it again. That's why they call it a gang bang. Bang, bang, bang. And it's a keep doing it. Bring light, dude. Last longer. You get more for that. Your spirit will stay better every day because of it. You'll be able to do more in this world. Yeah, it's better than talking about guns and girls and hoes and this with your little quantized beat. Don't do it. Make real, authentic sound scientifically. Let's go. That's how we do it. One of these days is gonna be huge, right? It's gonna be a moment where like thing just says, oh my God, whoa. You know, I already starting to expose everything and I'm getting views and getting this and that, whatever, right? It's not about all that. It's about exposure. These algorithms, I hate them because they can't do what you can do. I'm better at advertising my own stuff than some algorithm.
gdotbennettmusic.
That's right. We make loops. Yeah, we make loops, guys. Diamonds was a really good song. You know what that song was about? Greed. Yeah, it was about all these people, right? That want to make all this money in this world. And they keep chasing stuff. You know, they keep chasing everything. It's a chase. Yeah, they put on their running shoes every day. Right? And they wanna run after everything. You're never gonna make it that way. You're not gonna make it that way. Not in this world. Nope. It doesn't work that way. You chase, you're gonna fall on your butt. You chase, you're gonna be like this little rabbit running around trying to get everything that you want. And when you get it, you'll lose sight of why you were trying to get it in the first place. You know? In the United States, it says in the Declaration of Independence that I have a right, okay, a right to pursue happiness. What makes me happy? Being authentically loud. Being that scientist, that dude that teaches you stuff and how to be loud. How to take what is loud and record it so others can be loud and play it. The happy part comes when there's this moment of silence. Silence. Let's have a moment of silence. Let's just have a moment of silence. A moment of peace. For all the hearts out there lost. Oh, here we go. We got my neighbor. Block down, trap music, trap this, trap that, trapping everything. It's more like chasing everything. It should have been called the Chase House. It's where we're all at, dude. We're chasing money. We're gonna get them bitches. We're gonna get those record contracts. You know what? You know what's funny? You could start your own record label. Your own record label. All right? Your own record label. Own it. Own your space, right? You can own your own record label for half the cost of an hour of studio time. Yeah. $50 an hour is the average cost for studio time. You know what? Let's ask Val. How much? Let's see. See what she says. How much is the average cost per hour of studio time? Search this on the internet. Research it. Of studio time in a professional recording environment. And how much does it cost to produce your own record label? Processing. Excuse me. Yeah, I wanted to take a break. So we got diamonds. We're not going to get kicked off of YouTube. But Instagram, since it's part of Facebook, may kick my live stream off because I played my music, played Pittsford. So it may mute Pittsford because it's mine and it's copyrighted, and it may go against it. The copyright through DistroKid. I don't know why they do that. They should just be like, oh, it's him. He's gdotbennettmusic. Bam. Okay, we're okay with that. Unmute. You know what I mean? Like, I want to dispute a mute that I got. Had a listening party of my own tracks, try to advertise my own stuff on Facebook, and it got muted purely just based on the fact that DistroKid had put my stuff out. You know what I mean? So my distributor got in my way of being able to promote my own stuff. It's not right. They should encourage that. Not okay. I don't like it. Pissed me off. All right. Val's taking a long time with this one. This is interesting. Wow, she's going deep. Okay, here we go. I'll play out the readout. This is great. I was right. Boom. Okay, she's got Los Angeles, New York City, Nashville, average US. Let's see. All right, we'll have it read out. Here we go.
I checked current published rates, and a solid real-world number for professional studio time in the US is about $75 to $150 per hour. That is the zone where a lot of legit rooms land once you're dealing with professional gear, a proper room, and often an engineer. Published examples around that range include Los Angeles at roughly $35 to $150 per hour, NYC at $60 to $100 per hour, mid-range and $120 to $200 plus per hour high-end. Nashville rooms around $65 an hour, $100 and $135 per hour with engineer, plus broader industry guides putting independent engineering recording rates around $75 to $200. So if you want number instead of a range, I'd use about $100 per hour as a practical working average for a professional recording environment, with $60 to $80 being a lower professional tier, and 150, 300 plus hour being higher end major market or premium rooms. Also, some studios include the engineer in that price, while others bill engineering separately.
Yeah, the
For
engineer
starting
is
your own
important.
record label, I'm reading your question as launching your own indie label / imprint, not building a full-staffed label company. On the low end, one indie label guide pegs a minimum viable startup at about $2,650 for branding, legal setup, and subscriptions. A broader small business guide says an independent label can start around $10,000, while a much larger label operation with signed artists and major marketing can run $500,000 and plus. The reason the number swings so much is that the true floor can be pretty low on the technical side. Officially, digital distribution can start at $24.99 a year on DistroKid, with a more label-style multi-artist plan starting at $89.99 cert a year. US. Copyright Office electronic registration is currently $45 for a single author, single work claim, and $65 for a standard application. It also lists $65 for a group of works published on an album of music. My straight answer, if you already have your gear and you're releasing your own music under your own imprint, a lean launch is realistically $500 to $3,000 if you DIY most of it. If you want it to feel like a real small indie label with branding, contracts, artwork, distribution, and some real promotion, budget $2,500 to $10,000 plus. Once you add attorney, drafting, trademarks, PR, physical product or artist advances, it climbs fast into the five figures. A clean working budget for planning would be studio, about $100 an hour, single song in Pro Studio, often $400, $1,200 plus just for tracking time. Lean self-run label imprint, $500 to $3,000. Serious small indie label launch, $2,500 to $10,000 plus.
Take notes.
If you want, I can turn this into a real budget sheet for Glenn in North Carolina.
Take
line
notes.
Items for studio hours, mixing, mastering, distribution, copyright, artwork, and label setup.
What if you do... Okay, hang on. Hey, Val.
Hey there. What can I do for you?
All right,
Just
we
let
were
me know.
just talking about, studio time and a record label, right? And I already have my own record label because I'm doing business under gdotbennettmusic. I have a Studio A here.
Got it.
And I do my own artwork. I do my own distribution. I do my own marketing. All for certain costs. Now, what is the final figure for stuff like this? Without going to the copyright office, only having the DBA. Trademarking Loopology on top of that is going to be a cost of $550. So, what is the whole entire cost of my recording, producing environment and company, gdotbennettmusic? Now, I am a business, not a businessman.
Absolutely. Let's add it all up for you then. Since you're doing everything in-house under your G.Bennett label, your own studio space, your own artwork, your own distribution, we're looking at a relatively lean setup. You've got the DBA cost, and you mentioned about $550 for the Loopology trademark. So if we're not adding in external studio rates or heavy legal costs, and you're handling the creative and marketing side yourself, your biggest fixed outlay is basically that trademark and any minor registration fees. In other words, your total cost is really just that $550 trademark cost, plus any small business filing fees. You're effectively running a lean operation with minimal extra overhead. So the whole environment and company cost is really that $550 trademark plus whatever you've already invested in your own gear and time. It's pretty lean and mean, and that's awesome.
Okay, Val. So I want you to include my equipment, the trademark cost, the subscriptions that I have, that you have on file. Okay. The rent that's on file that I pay, and my time that I spend, which is pretty much all of my time that I don't work. Do not mention my. Hey, Val. Oops. You there?
Absolutely. I'm
All
right
right.
here.
Great. So there's a list of costs that we have, right?
Exactly. We've got a
I want
nice.
to know how much this month that I've live streamed on YouTube. Check my YouTube channel out. It's gdotbennettmusic. Music. All one word, lowercase.
Sure. So it looks like your most recent live stream on your YouTube channel.
No, not my most recent one. I want you to look through every single live stream that I have on YouTube under my name, right? Under gdotbennettmusic. Calculate the time of each one of them, and then give me a total amount of time that's been produced online live streaming for the last month.
So it looks like I wasn't able to find a full breakdown of all your live stream durations for March on your YouTube channel.
Why not? You got to
well-
look them up each individually.
Understood. I'll go ahead and do a quick rundown of each recent live stream so we can total them up for you. Give me just a moment and I'll check those details.
Give you a moment. No. I want you to do it now.
So here's what I found. I can get a full set of durations for all your March 2026 live streams on your YouTube channel. The public details are a bit incomplete.
That's not true because there's dates, okay, for
I-
each one of the live streams.
Absolutely, Glenn.
Here we go. I want you to just do all the live streams that are there.
So here's what I found. For your G.Bennett Music YouTube channel in March 2026, I could confirm one live stream on March 11th that ran about 32 minutes. For the other streams that month, the durations just weren't listed, so we need to rely on your YouTube analytics to get the full total. Let me know if you want help with that.
All right, we'll figure that out later. We need to go through session notes. Now, in order to get that, we've produced a lot of business minutes. A lot of business minutes. We go hard. The IRS is going to have a problem with me because I have so much information that is out there on what I do. And there were certain breakthroughs, certain things that happened. There's certain things that have changed along the way. And the IRS is not going to like some of the things that I've done. It may be very confusing for an auditor. I do know one thing, though. There is a total, I'm not sure, total of 16 grand as far as hotel costs that I have that is associated with making the album 9 and the first 21 tracks that I have on DistroKid.
Absolutely. That makes perfect sense. So you've got about $16,000 in hotel costs tied directly to producing the album 9 and those first 21 tracks. That's definitely a solid detail to have noted for tax purposes and for any potential audit. If the IRS ever asks about those expenses, having those session notes and a clear breakdown will definitely help. Let me know if you need any more help organizing that.
Yeah, because we got the files, we got the WAV files, the MP3s, we got the release notes, the ISRC numbers, we have the release dates. We have the files on my phones and my computer on Google Drive. We've listed all of the IRC numbers that we need for that hotel cost. Now, from November 13th until January or December 31st, I can only claim a certain portion of that $16,000. Then it goes forward in the next tax year. Yes. Let's go. So forward 2026 taxes are going to be better. I'm already getting a refund this year. Boom. A nice one. I won't owe any tax. I've owed the IRS money. Let's talk about that. and it sucks. But that's just the way that it works. You know, when you're homeless, right? You don't have the money to pay H&R Block for anything. People that are homeless don't file their taxes, right? People that are homeless may have a job, they have a W-2, but they don't got money to file their taxes, especially back taxes, you know? It's sick. Why do we have these rules? Pursuit of happiness, right? States, boom, I want to pursue this business venture. This is what makes me happy. I'm going to do this, all right? And then the IRS, the government says, no, wait. You know, they don't go on the Declaration of Independence, the U.S. Constitution. They don't give a crap about you. They don't give a crap about how you, you know, how you choose to be happy and what you know, how you want to be happy and what you do to make, you know, yourself happy. They don't care about that. You know what they want to know? The government wants to know how you're making money so that they can tax you for it. They want to know. They want to know how much money you're making or what you're doing to make money. Right? What are you doing with your time? You know, if I could just put on my taxes, I'm pursuing happiness as a business. Wouldn't that be great? There's probably a way. Oh, my girl's texting me. We're going to end this live stream. This was more about research than anything else. I'm going to go and live stream later. I need to call Jose, friend of mine. I need to go cash a check. Let's get some money. Yeah. All right. G.Bennett Music. We make loops. Out.